Thank you for joining me. Today's Lunch and Learn topic is Unlock Your Edge. And today I'm going to show you some strategies and practical tips for mastering these three essential business skills. Let's dive right in. What's your edge? This is the core of what makes you unique. What is your point of difference? So think about one strength or quality that you can identify that is unique or valuable to potential customers. Then consider how you can use this differentiation every day. And here's what we're covering. We're first going to talk about how to master your to-do list with a simple technique to increase your productivity, to manage your time more effectively. Then you'll craft your unique value and your elevator pitch. And finally, you'll learn how to overcome sales objections with two simple techniques. First up, time. It's our most important commodity. Yet we face daily challenges, right, to stay on top of the things that we want to do. I use these 3 Ps to manage my time each day, each week, and I even take it up to a year because I like to stay on top of both short and long-term tasks. First is to prioritize tasks that align with your goals. They're focused on what matters most to you. Then you're going to spend some time planning your day to get your tasks done. It's worth it because you're going to create a structure for your schedule. And then you get to produce the results you want. You're going to learn how to minimize distractions that creep into your day. Some general considerations first. And the most important one is, what's important to you? What tasks have the highest impact on your business? The things that will have the biggest impact on your business. Clarify your goals and objectives first. Divide them up. Short-term, long-term, daily, weekly, monthly, and even if you can, take it out a year. And I can't stress this enough. Set deadlines. While they're not cast in stone, they are milestones to work towards. But what's getting in your way? What are your roadblocks? Look for the things or people that waste your time. Why are they issues? Then highlight the objectives that have the highest impact on your business. How many daily to-dos do you have? Start by listing everything. And if you've got more than 7 or 8, you're going to need to trim your list. Take out any tasks that you perform every day, things like checking email. And also take out anything that will happen no matter what, such as a phone call that you're expecting. And ask yourself these 2 questions for every task. If I have to do just one thing today, what should it be? And importantly, why is this task important to me? The first step is to list the tasks that you have to get done today. Use a chart like this, starting on the left with all the tasks that you can identify. Again, you're listing 7 or 8. Once you've done that, ask yourself the questions. What's most important? And if I have to do one thing today, what should it be? Put that at the top of the prioritized list on the right-hand side of the chart. Then repeat that for each of the other tasks, keeping in mind how each task impacts your business. Now, once you've done this, you'll have a prioritized list of tasks to do today. The next step is planning. How much time each day will you allocate to get a task done? Plan a box of time for each task and schedule it on your calendar as an event. Color coding helps here. I do that. Calendar looks a little funky, but it does help me keep on top of the tasks that are the highest priority. Then, of course, you get to work. And once you reach the end of that box, you've got a decision to make. Are you going to continue by expanding the time limit, or are you going to put off finishing it for the next day if you can? But you ask, what if I get interrupted? Interruptions happen. You're going to have to learn how to plan for that. I'm going to show you a technique for doing that. Of course, no matter how well you plan, right? Some things are likely going to take longer than you thought. There are going to be interruptions, problems, things you hadn't anticipated that you've got to deal with right away. To allow for that, essentially, you pad your to-do list with extra time blocks. And here are some tips for managing your time. First is to overestimate the time it will take to complete tasks. Don't schedule too tightly, in other words. Add a buffer of time in your schedule between blocks of time, between blocks of work. Plan for catch-up, usually just before or after lunch or towards the end of the day. If you don't need it, then take a break. And as you go through each day and take care of your to-do list, various things may trip you up. Things are going to distract you from your priorities. We all face that. Here are some best practices. Watch the clock. I use the timer on my phone. When the alarm goes off, I know that time block is complete. Is it necessary? I evaluate every task against what I value as high priority tasks. And then, of course, I try to see it through, finish it in the block of time I've allotted. If it takes a little longer, then I can decide because I've padded my time to continue it then, or I put it off until another time when I have the time. Minimize distraction by turning off the phone notifications. Of course, accept the timer. Resist the urge to constantly check emails and texts. And this goes without saying, but stay off your socials through the workday unless you need it for work. Perfectionism is great, but I aim for very, very good. And use the friends that you have online, Google and ChatGPT. These are tools that you can use when you're looking for shortcuts. Okay, now let's talk about how to define what makes you unique. Your unique value is your professional fingerprint. It differentiates you from others. We're going to talk now about how to craft your unique value, what sets you apart from the competition. Now, you need to define your unique value. Wait, let me restate that. You must define what makes you different. It's one of the most crucial success factors for any individual or business. It differentiates you, sets you apart from your competitors. It shows how you put your customers or stakeholders first, and it conveys how you provide solutions to their challenges. Some tips for writing your unique value. Think of it as an elevator pitch. Your audience must understand your unique value right away. So avoid things like jargon, technical language, and even humor. Use strong, active, and persuasive language. And focus on the benefits that your product or service provides. Basically, show how you will help solve their problems or meet their needs. Here's a template that you can use to create your own unique value proposition. It starts with this. You provide your target prospect with unique features and benefits to solve a problem or meet a need by your benefits and differentiators. Essentially, you're building on what we discussed at the start of this workshop. What's one strength or quality that is unique or valuable? And how does this strength provide value to your target customers? Now, here's how I use this template to craft the unique value proposition or elevator pitch for my own business. This one, Skills Boost Academy. Skills Boost Academy provides first-time sole proprietors with training in essential business and sales skills to help them get better results quickly by offering online courses and personal coaching. Finally, we move on to overcoming objections. We're going to learn some essential sales skills about how to overcome resistance. Because you see, sales is not just for salespeople, professional salespeople. Running a successful, sustaining business means you're always selling. If you think of selling as getting your prospects to buy into your products and services, you're on the right track. Because sales skills, they're universal. You use them in many opportunities. Networking events, trade shows, and in presentations and sales pitches. As a new business owner, you're going to face a number of situations that are unique to you because you are new and you may be a sole operator. You're a new, relatively unknown company in a market with well-established competitors. It's the David and Goliath syndrome. You're a small, untested player, and you're going up against larger companies with more resources. Your pricing, it may be higher than the competitors. Common to all of these is customer resistance, objections, if you will, to committing to buying from you. Now, this doesn't mean you have to learn high-pressure sales techniques. Effective selling is about clarifying and meeting the prospect's needs. Making a sale gives you the opportunity to use your expertise to serve your customer in the best way that you can. So think serving rather than selling. Put the needs of your customer first. There's a basic format, foundation, if you will, for dealing with the sales process. First is to listen actively. Listen to the prospects and customers that you've got so that you don't jump to conclusions at any point during the process. Ask questions. There are different types of questions, essentially open-ended ones to learn more about your prospect situation and needs so that you have a complete picture before developing a solution. Closed ones are when you're looking to get a decision. So for example, in an open-ended question, how will this work for you? Not, will this work for you? Save that version for when you're trying to make a close. Present solutions. Provide information that helps explain how your product or service solves their problem and their needs. And of course, you're going to have to overcome objections. Process I use is acknowledge, respond, and engage. Now, objections arise and there are opportunities to better understand concerns. Common to all objections is the prospect is really not ready to buy right now. By approaching resistance with empathy and practical solutions, you can turn that no around. Acknowledge the objection first, restate it to show that you understand, and then engage the stakeholder. Something like, if we address the concern, here's an example of how to use that. The objection is, we don't think that your solution can be implemented in the time frame. The response could be, so if I understand correctly, you're concerned that the timeline cannot be met? What would it take for us to address the timeline issues to remove that as a barrier to moving forward? And there we have it. We've come to the end of today's Lunch and Learn. To recap, we've covered 3 pillars, 3 essential business skills. The first is how to master your to-do list, how to use the 3P system to prioritize your tasks, plan your day, and produce them. Get them done. We've learned how to write your unique value proposition and communicate it via your elevator pitch. And we've learned how to overcome objections by actively listening, asking questions, presenting solutions, and dealing with objections using the acknowledge, restate, and engage strategy. So thank you for investing your time today. Remember, these 3 essential business skills can make a huge difference, and they can definitely help you unlock your edge. So just before we close, I'd like to ask you to do a few things for me. First of all, take a few minutes to complete the online survey with the QR code at the top of the page. And then the second one down is to leave a Google review if you found value in this today. Google reviews are the lifeblood for every business, mine included. And finally, you can learn more about our Smart Essential Performance Skills bundle that includes the 3 pillars that we covered today. They're all online courses you can take at your own pace. Time management, unique value proposition, and sales skills. The QR code will take you right to the page. I should note as well that all of my courses include 1 year of personal one-on-one coaching. So again, thank you. Wishing you all a safe holiday season. Look out for our next Lunch and Learn in mid-January.